Hey guys, what's up? It's Spartacus here, back for another guide. This time, a guide on how to play Control Paladin. So I would consider Paladin one of my best classes, if not my best class. I've been playing it for a very long time, and I actually have a Golden Paladin, which takes a lot of hours because Paladin is one of the slower classes in the game. But personally, I think it's got one of the most hero powers, or most powerful hero powers in the game. And if this would load, I'm going to run through my particular deck and then walk through the decisions I make in the matchups that I play and how I play Paladin and kind of what the overall idea is when you're playing Control Paladin. So Control Paladin is a lot different than it used to be because of Muster for Battle and Quartermaster. So this is my deck. I run double Zombie Chow instead of you can kind of replace them with Knife Jugglers if the meta is slow. Right now, the meta is all over the place, and I just like the Zombie Chows. I feel like in the matchups where the Zombie Chows are good, they're really good, and in the matchups where the Knife Jugglers are good, they're all right. They're not great. So, Zombie Chow wins out in that one. Two Shredders because it's in everything. Pretty standard list here. For card draw, I have the Acolyte. It's either that or the Cult Master. The Acolyte is to be comboed with the Eldor Peacekeeper. Anything else unusual? Harrison Jones. I like him in Paladin. I think it's a good call. Kel'Thuzad is a little unusual. So some people will cut him, put in some more mid-range stuff. But these are the two late-game bombs, the Tyrion and the KT. And then obviously Dr. Broom, he's in everything. Sylvanas is in everything. Pretty standard list, one lay on hands. So I don't. How expensive is this deck? It's fairly expensive. It's not the most expensive deck in the world though, and it's. I think Paladin is just so balanced. It just doesn't have that many bad matchups. You can tend to kind of just like hit the ladder with it and like do really well or do generally well against everything. And then if you find yourself being very good at the class, you can really climb quick. It's bad matchups right now are Oil Rogue. It's a terrible matchup. Although I have beaten a few lately. The last two ones I played, I beat. And another bad matchup I would consider is Priest. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Priest has a very easy job of clearing your muster for battle quartermasters. I run two quartermasters for matchups like that, for slower matchups. But Priest is a very easy time, clearing the Paladin's board and kind of all of a sudden swinging the game. So I also run double equality. Some people run one. So this is the deck, and I'm going to run into, more importantly, because the decks, you can build it the way you like. I think it's important to build a deck to your playstyle. More importantly, I'm going to run through what I'm thinking in each of the matchups we go into here. So we're on the ladder right now. We're, I think, exactly halfway through the month. Rank 3. Been a tough season right so far for me because the meta is so unpredictable. It is literally all over the place. I mean, there's no consistent, like, you keep getting this matchup over and over, I found. The other day I was playing, I ran into 7 different classes in a row, which you just don't see. So, yeah. Also, guys, I'm going to start streaming every day at 4 p.m. At Spartacus_HS on Twitch. So every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time over on Twitch. So if you guys want to learn more, come hang out a little bit. That'd be awesome. Okay, Malfurion. About a 50-50 matchup on paper. Important cards here. You want to get a fast start. So I have a pretty good hand right now. We got the Zombie Chow for turn 1. We got the Muster for Battle for turn 3. And if we can get this off without him swiping and then into a Quartermaster, Druid cannot come back when they're behind on board. So this looks nice, although if they get a crazy start, it's also kind of tough. Eldor Peacekeeper is also worth considering in this matchup. Yeah, you probably keep a Peacekeeper as well. You probably keep a True Silver. True Silver is good to have in pretty well every matchup. And then the Shielded Mini-Pot, and then these two. Otherwise, I'd throw every other card away, I think. Depends on what your hand looks like, obviously, but okay, Big Game Hunter, not going to be too useful until the Dr. Boom. That's pretty well the only BGH target a lot of standard druids run. We'll see what type of druid this is. Aldor, good card. If he innervates out something big, I can deal with it very quickly. And Zombie Chow is just great on turn 1. Okay, so, oh, wow. That means that we're actually going to Aldor Peacekeeper next turn, muster for battle the turn after that, and then put that right into Quartermaster. We want to... This attack is interesting. I gotta think. So, I'm gonna presume he's gonna use his hero power next turn. If I mean, I don't think it really matters. So I might just... Wait, does it matter? No, it doesn't. No matter what. Either way, we all trade out the exact same. Even the damage to face doesn't matter. So I'll just take the safe route, I suppose, and hit this. Correct? What else could I not be playing around? I think this is fine. This also, if he does just decide to Wild Growth, for example, because Druids like to be able to, make their curve all pretty, it's nice to disrupt it. So doing things this way, I can now trade the 1-1 into the 2-1, and maybe he decides that that's not a trade he wants, and he's going to hero power up. Also, if I don't trade, let's just say he Wild Growths here, because he's clearly thinking about it. Let's just say he Wild Growths or Shade. Okay, yeah. You want to get that down before I can consecrate it. Oh, wow. Good thing we have the Aldor for whatever's coming out. Is he going to charge that? No. Okay. Okay, face. Now he can't coin swipe or anything. This is why things like True Silver are also good to get rid of their big early minions, and then we don't attack with anything. Do we? No, because he can't swipe us. Wait. But he can hero power us. So, hero power 1, trade in. No, if we run those in, it allows him to... I'm going to force him to... if we ran those in, then it would allow him to actually clear off our Aldor. I don't want that. Always good to think about the trades. A lot of trading in Paladin. A lot of it. So, that makes it very interesting. Okay, so yeah, he's going to do it that way. Wonder if he... As a druid, I recommend keeping swipe against... Oh, wow, he's threatened by it. I wonder if that telegraphs anything to me. Wow. Okay, I'm actually not going to play the muster here. I'm going to play the Paladin Shredder. It's just on curve, and he can get rid of 2 of the dudes next turn, although that might disrupt it. But more importantly, we can't get rid of that bear with the muster. Also, turn 8 Muster Quartermaster is insanely powerful. And right now, oh, that's a good one for me to get. Is it? Yeah, I don't know, it's fine. If it was Mage, it would be much better, because he wouldn't be able to target it, but... Looks alright. Oh, well, okay. Okay. I'm gonna muster now, and then set up an additional dude, because, one, it's the only play I have. I just think last turn mustering wasn't correct because I prefer to play on curve. Yeah. And then we'll hit it, but we won't attack with this because he can't target that with swipe, so it would force him to... It really doesn't make much of a difference, to be completely honest, that attack. Because it can't be targeted, that makes a big difference. Or it means that I don't have to think about it much. Okay, if he doesn't have a swipe here, or a way to officially remove 3, like if I can get a 2-man Quartermaster off, okay, so I'll get a 1-man Quartermaster off. It'll still be worth it. One-man quartermaster isn't... Oh, I killed the golden one. What a terrible, terrible thing to do. So yeah, one-man quartermaster is basically like playing a 4/7, except spread. So that's more powerful against a druid. Having a bigger board is more powerful against a druid, so it's actually better than just a 4/7. And I have the other quartermaster in my hand, and it's the only play. If I drew a Sludge Belcher, things might be different. Now these trades are interesting. I don't think I would rather kill that. Yep, so we're going to keep that at a 3/2 because 1 health against the druid is very easy for them to eliminate, even though I do give up the one that has immunity to spells. I still have a board here. Next turn I can actually dude and then quartermaster again, and then I'll have a 5/4 in the form of this Silverhand Recruit here, which if he drops a 5/5 I can take it out. Or that. Again, I have to because it's rather unfortunate right now. I don't really have... Okay, I gotta trade this in because spell power with swipe is really scary. I've just drawn relatively poorly after my open. Like, the 2 equalities right now are useless. The anti-killbot is useless. The big game hunter was useless. If he drops Dr. Boom, it'll suddenly not be. And I mean, if I were to equality, I would be setting myself up for a bad swipe. So it's a tough situation all around. I'm considering running a Black Knight in this deck. There we go. Okay, so my big game hunter gets more value. So we're probably going to do... Well, it depends what we draw. Okay, we're going to be duding this turn, so we're going to dude first. And then we're going to hit one with one of the 2/5. So we're going to run in this, run in this. Make sure we get all the damage in before. Oh, of course. Do this attack first. It actually doesn't matter because it has 5 health. But perfect. Love that bot. Another one to face would be great. Perfect. Okay, this is a really tough board for Druids to deal with. Spell power swipe is what he really needs. Also, this owl is going to be great if he drops down like an Ancient of War or something. Let's see what he does. So yeah, so this is how, overall, this is how Paladins win this matchup, is building up the board and not letting the Druid get too far ahead of you. If the Druid does get too far ahead of you, okay, that we know where this owl's going. So yeah, if the Druid does get too far ahead of you, then you can come back with a Quality Consecrate, but you need that combo. And that's what makes it a little bit tough. Do we? Yeah, okay, yeah. We can do it all, actually. Can we? We can't. Our board will be too full. We'll have we can't hold our minions on the board. Well, that's annoying. Am I that worried about the Sylvanas? Not really. Although he can run into the Dr. Boom. Yeah, let's kill it with the 4/2 and the 2/4. And then we'll play Dr. Boom. Usually I like to be more aggressive. But if I could have filled my board there, if like there were 8 slots, I would have just silenced it and hit face. But because that couldn't be the case, I wanted to silence that card. So this is the only way to silence it and play the Dr. Boom. Wonder if this is a double swipe or something. Too bad anti-Keelbot can't heal up other things. Acolyte, that'll help me out a little bit down the line, I suppose. We keep alive the Dr. Boom here. If he does swipe it again, then we get the extra draw. But yeah, you can see how this is why some people only run 1 equality, because when you're ahead, sometimes equality is useless. Okay, so yeah, that happened. It's a little annoying. I still think it was right to keep that alive, though. Running a 7-3 into a 3-5 isn't great. Although he does have initiative now. Not great, I must say. That Sludge Belcher was really important. Easy play here. Actually, I messed up. Sorry, guys. You should do all your plays before. If I can get multiple... Okay, well, it doesn't actually matter then. We have the Equality Consecrate if he starts to put down walls, but this deck doesn't look like it has a lot of walls. He's down to 12 health, too. Keep that in mind. So if he does decide to start taunting up, we can just break right through it. And he's used one swipe. So, yeah, I misplayed there. I should have actually attacked with the Acolyte first. I just didn't even think... I thought I was going to hit face with the Acolyte, and then I realized, oh, that has 2 attack. I can get a free card. So I did things like that, but... and then the turn previous, I'm still thinking about. I'm thinking about whether I should have run that Dr. Boom in. Maybe I should have. I did not play around Keeper there, and I probably should have thought about it. I was thinking, what can do two damage in a Druid? And I was thinking, if he has Wrath anyway. Oh, wow. Oh, he's going to buff him. That is interesting. I can actually just clear this. Or do I clear it? Now that I have... Now I'm able... Oh, wow, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do like a little kind of a quality Tyrion play here. So we will equality first before we play Tyrion. And then we're going to see what pops out of here first. And draw a card. Okay, there's our long-term plan. Not quite too threatened by that. And then we drop Mr. Ford Ring, one of our finishers along with KT. And he's going to do just that. So if he doesn't have the second keeper, he's in trouble. He's already played a Sylvanas. Okay, there's a keeper. But keeper is still not a great answer for Tyrion. Okay. I actually have to be very mindful of combo now. A little frustrating that I have to play around that, but I do. So he actually had a great answer there. The Sludge Belcher combined with the I had to play around combo. Always annoying with Druids. But yeah, the Sludge Belcher combined with the Keeper was a great answer for Tyrion. I didn't expect that good an answer. We've gotten a little lucky in that he hasn't played an Ancient of Lore yet. Speaking of the Devil, and he'll draw off it, I'm assuming. Yeah. We always still have this Equality Consecrate. It's a shame our True Silver doesn't do 1 more damage. People sometimes run Captain Greenskin in this deck. It's a card I don't actually own. I could craft it, but I don't think it's worth it. Also, if you're going to run Captain Greenskin, you should probably run a Coghammer. Coghammer is a card I consider, but it's also a card that's more of an... Okay, this is fine. How much damage do I have here? This is tricky. I can Equality Consecrate, hit face. Last turn I didn't hit face, right? What did I kill? I killed the Keeper. He could have been down at 8, or at 8, yeah, and I would have had lethal this turn. Why did I not do that? Oh, wait. I killed the slime, didn't I? Yeah, okay. Never mind. Okay. If I Quality Consecrate, I have nothing left to get through any big taunt. I don't know. The Paladin Shredder suggests that this might be a bit of a faster Druid and there might not be big taunts. So if I Quality Consecrate, I can get rid of this board, hit him for that much, and then Well, I'll just play a dude because I don't want to get Harrison Jones. Druids sometimes run them. We now have lethal on board and in hand. Let's see what this druid can do. Okay. And full health, by the way, which is really cool because druids, when they are this far behind on health, they have a really tough time. Swipe face, it looks like. Okay, perfect. I win. Okie dokie. So, maybe I made some slight errors, but learned from them. So, yeah. We're moving on up. I actually have gone... This is a pretty big winning. I was at 5 for a long time, and I think I've won... This is like the 8th in a row or something like that. So, quite nice when you're at this up this high to start winning that much in a row. You really fly up. But that was a good example. It's a matchup that's really interesting, and some people say it's a coin flip, and it kind of is. I had a good starting hand there. The way you win mostly against Druid is to just be aggressive like I was. So if you sit back and are really slow, they're going to keep drawing off their Ancients of Lores and stuff, and they're going to keep putting you on the defensive. And in Paladin, you don't actually have that many taunts. You have the two Sludge Belchers and the Tyrion, at least in this version. So you're going to keep being defensive, and eventually they're just going to be able to combo you down. So, especially against fast druids, it's important to be quick. Another druid. It's a shame. I want to show different matchups. I'll actually explain different matchups while I'm playing this one. Warrior, I think it's really important to note to not use the muster without like having either a quartermaster follow-up or just don't use it on turn 3, because as a warrior player, I'm not going to keep any of these, by the way. As a warrior player, the way that I beat Paladin is you hope that they're aggressive early. And if they're aggressive early, then as a warrior, you can handle that because you're a warrior, Warriors can handle early aggression. So you just handle that, then they run out of resources, and then you Alexstrasza and Grom them, and they can't gain their resources back quick enough, basically. So as a Paladin against a warrior, which is a very favorite matchup, just hero power the first few turns, or make sure that you don't hero power into an Acolyte. You want to hero power if you have a true silver champion, for example, so you can get rid of an Acolyte. Another zombie chow game. So, yeah, it's a little unfortunate because he'll be able to kill with the hero power, and then I'll have the dude down, and he can keep hero powering away the dude. But the thing is, that does cause him to have to use his hero power over developing other things. So that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. We're just trading hero power for hero power. Never mind. Wild growth. Okay. I'm not happy about wild growth, don't get me wrong. Good, that Shredder draws great. Now I can Shredder into True Silver or vice versa. I attacked face there because I don't want... I'm gonna, try and... Maybe I shouldn't have. If I had actually traded, I would have telegraphed that I had a Muster Quartermaster combo, and he might have felt pressured to remove the 1/1. That's just like really next level thinking. I think that's the type of stuff that the pros think about. And then having him play 2 mana on a turn where he has 4, if he wants to develop something, is something I want. So, that's the kind of thing that gets you to the next level, in my opinion, is really thinking deep about this stuff. And I didn't there. So, okay, so we're going to be using the True Silver here. So yeah, back to that warrior explanation, because I don't know if I'll see one in this little thing. And I'll come back and do more Paladin stuff. Especially if I'm streaming, I'll be explaining my plays while I stream. So we attack face there because there's no point in running in. So I'll be explaining this kind of stuff more, and I want to kind of just teach, Hearthstone in general. There's some classes I just don't know, and maybe I'll learn along with you guys, like Rogue. do not know how to play Rogue. I mean, I know the deck and I've played it and I've had a little bit of success lately on ladder, but not a ton of success. That's annoying. We're not going to attack. Okay. So yeah, just take it slow against Warrior. Be careful about duding up in the early turns. Make sure if he does play an Acolyte, then you can answer with a True Silver. So like, if you have the coin, for example, then you can dude on turn 2 if you have a True Silver, because then you can coin True Silver if he plays an Acolyte. If you don't have the coin, I wouldn't ever recommend playing a dude on turn 2 unless he has an Armor Smith down. Then you can do it if you want. Or if you don't want to give him 1 extra armor, it really doesn't matter that much. Also, be really wary of Baron Geddon. It's one of the cards that can kill you in the matchup. And also, save your heals for after Alexstrasza. It's really important. You never want to be against a warrior and you've already healed, like or because you just felt like, you know, oh, I want to play this 3/3, unless you're really desperate that you need to play the 3/3. But like, save your heal bot, you know, like, because if he Alexstrasza's you and you are out of healing in your deck, you've already used your lay on hands because you're at 22 or whatever, like, you're at 15 and that's dangerously close for that Grom combo. Whoa! Okay, he's going to trade 2 and hit me for 6. Or is he just going to go full face? Okay, he might have Innervate stuff. I'm scared. Guys, I'm scared. This is not good. Okay, let's see what pops out of here. I have to kill that like this. Inefficient use of resources. I gotta get rid of it. And we gotta heal up. That was really that makes me think Innervate combo. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Lore. Weird. He's gonna kill the 1/1. I would assume. Oh my goodness. Pure aggression. Pure aggression. Okay. If I were to Quartermaster here, I can clear. That rhymes. The other way to clear is to equality, get my muster out. If he swipes that, wow, am I in trouble. That's why I don't think I can afford to do it. I can actually clear with the mustard weapon. The mustard weapon. Yeah, and I take 2 more face damage, which is annoying because I drop below. And I won't be able to heal up quick enough. I can't actually drop below 15. I have to stick at this health. So with me making that assessment, I'm going to Quartermaster and trade. That's the problem with Druid too. Like, the reason why Druid is so powerful is just because of the threat of the combo. I made a play that is probably not the best. The best play would have been to trade in the heal bot and the whatever that thing's called, Stone Spinner Trog. Hit the 1/2 or the 2/2 with my weapon. Trade in the 1/1. Have 4 1/1s out on the field. That is the play I would have preferred to do. Thank goodness I have this BGH. So that's the play I want to do, right? But I can't because this guy has this. So I don't want to get hit in the face anymore. I'm going to muster for that reason. Correct? Am I going to muster? Yes, I'm going to muster. It's a shame. I'm just playing into swipe, though. Like, so badly. Oh, this is really tough. I could big game hunter him and use and get a true silver. Hit his or hit one of the 1/1s. Hit the other one with a 2/5. Hope I live next turn because we're coming up on turn 9. Even the threat of the combo, like, he might not. That's the point. He might not have the combo in his hand, but I still have to play around it, making like my play just can't be optimal ever. Okay, I thought too long and I don't have a good answer. I think that's what I've come to the conclusion about. Should have attacked with this first, messed that up. Okay, so that actually worked out really well. This board isn't that bad to swipe. Hit the 1/1s, which is what I wanted it to do. I am still at 14 though. I suppose there was a way to get out of that, but this says he doesn't have combo if he doesn't kill me. So hey, he doesn't have combo. He did use one Savage Roar. I mean, the chances of him having combo aren't that high. But you'd have to assume that how he threw that one away with so little like regard. I don't think I can afford to play around. There's a certain point where you have to say, okay, I can't play around combo anymore because otherwise I'm just going to lose anyway, no matter what. So this is a card that if you can get Kel'Thuzad off and like bring back two things, man, Druid can't deal with the body. They can silence it, but they cannot deal with that body. Guy's got to have a force in this. He's got to be really close to lethal here. I'm sitting at 10. I would love to draw my lay on hands or something like that. Yes. That's really, because that is I mean, he drew, but now I have the opportunity to draw something big. If I can draw, like, my lay on hands, I can't. I'm going to start to try and heal up as much as I possibly can. Druids have so many different ways. They have charging, minions, and so many different ways to mess with you. So I'm going to use that weapon for healing, especially because he just drew a lot. Maybe I just pushed out a lethal somehow. And hey, you can look at this. Actually, we have 14. We have 18 damage. We draw 4 damage, which doesn't exist in this deck, unfortunately. Well, it does in the form of a True Silver, but you can't just get like another one. What is he thinking? What? What? Why are you sitting back? You had 4. Oh, I hate when people do this. Yeah. I don't think I misplayed there. I think he got a pretty good start, and I just couldn't quite keep up. So that's why you kind of have to be aggressive a lot of the time in this matchup. Whoever is the aggressor a lot of the time wins. Okay, let's hope to show a different matchup. Something really unique, too. I guess anti-aggro. Anti-aggro a lot of times I don't feel I need to teach. I feel like anti-aggro plays itself in a lot of situations. Maybe not with Warrior. Warrior is really interesting in anti-aggro because you can actually let your health drop really, really low as long as you feel comfortable down there. And then you can just build up armor really, really quickly. With Paladin, you can't do that. It's pretty well like every other class. Just do your best to hold off the swarm. So hopefully we get something interesting. Shaman's pretty interesting. It's a matchup that this class is very good in. Even Rogue, which is a bad matchup and not something I necessarily want to see, would be interesting to see. But we got Hunter. Okay, so Hunter. Zombie. I was about to say Zombie Chows. Zombie Chow. Outdoor Peacekeeper is also great. Acolyte of Pain. With the Outdoor Peacekeeper isn't terrible, but let's look for some more anti-aggro. If I do draw that, that's fine. At some point, like it's not a terrible card. It's like that's the one that I don't want. The Double Quartermaster is very bad against anti-aggro or against aggro. That's a card that will be more useful down the line. Zombie Chow it is. Okay. So that puts a big. If this is a Face Hunter, that puts a big. It's a big issue for him. I guess the thing about facing Hunter with Paladin, which is really interesting, is you have to be really careful with your muster for battle, because it basically just gives him dogs. So, just either if you can test for it or find a way around it. It's tough to say exactly how. Sometimes you just don't want to play muster for battle. It is a really powerful card in anti-aggro. I mean, it does have such a board presence, but at the same time, like, sometimes they can just counter it. And I guess countering it is fine if they trade the dogs for the dudes, but It's bad if they can get the dogs out and then somehow buff them. Maybe a secret here? Wow, that was a lot of time for a very simple play, it seems. Easy trade here. And this trap is going to tell us everything. It's going to tell us what deck this is. Is it Face Hunter? Is it Midrange Hunter? If it's an explosive trap, it's Face Hunter. If it's anything else, it's Midrange. Although I did see a Face Hunter running a freezing trap the other day. But for the most part, if we're thinking about standard runs, although this guy's a Golden Hunter, some people that play a class a lot, eventually you kind of get bored of it and you like to innovate. So you never know. He could be running some interesting things. He obviously knows the class well. I'm not an aggro player for the most part. I do have something like 300 Hunter wins, but okay, that's a very aggro card. Face? That tells me a lot. Okay, so this is looking like a what's it called? Face Hunter, and we're not going to set that secret off right now. We're just going to bring out one more thing. He's going to have to, because, okay, we're going to be able to buff up this dude on turn 5 with the Quartermaster. There's also merit in just playing a dude there, but then Unleash the Hounds is, I mean, it's nice to get a 3/3 out on the board. We don't have to worry about using this because we're just going to use our minions on board. I mean, all of Face Hunter's minions have really low health, so these will be able to take it out. And I'm not going to just get rid of these minions for no reason. Like, he's not going to play, if he's not going to play any minions, because he is, you know, wants me to set off his trap, I'm not going to set off the trap. Lay on Hands, another good card for later. We will attack next turn if he doesn't play anything this turn. We will attack next turn when we get this 1/1 buffed. Then it'll only kill the zombie chow. Now, again, more hounds, but as a paladin, I am of the opinion that you cannot play around things like that all the time. Especially mind control tech. You can't always play around mind control tech as a paladin. It's so difficult to do. There's a lot of value in getting these dudes out. Okay, great. So that's actually a good one for him to play as him. He knows that I'm going to have to reduce something else to 2 health in order to do it. Or I could just use my... Yeah, let's do it this way. This is beautiful. So we will kill the front body with this. Trade off both of these. And now we will set off the trap while actually shrinking our board. Not being as susceptible to Unleash. That was a mistake there, by the way, guys. I should have attacked with the Aldor. I just assumed it was explosive, but who knows? Who really knows? Well, because we've been sitting back this whole time, we, the cards are, he still has a lot of cards, so. Okay. Let's give this guy the sense of urgency. Again, I'm not going to attack yet. No reason for me to attack yet. "27 health on turn 6? That is not good for a Face Hunter. They want to be much quicker than that. The longer it goes, the better it is for me. He can Unleash along with this. What's this? 8 to face. Okay. Cute. Well, next turn's going to be really fun. I can tell you that. So if I'm going to freeze something, it's going to be this. That's explosive again. Big shocker. That is terrible for me. I might have to silence that. I actually do have to silence that. Wait, how bad is that for me and how bad is that for him? Can I silence it next turn? I can't. No, I gotta silence it. Oh, that's so bad for me. Because I want to get... I mean, that is good playing around Unleash the Hounds, but he's never going to run his Hound into that. If I could taunt that up, it would be completely different. Yeah. And no, we don't play the muster yet. Because we don't want his Unleash to be 7. We don't want him to be able to deal 7 damage to us. 4 is fine, I can handle 4. 2. Yeah, also with the... Oh my god. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. I thought that was gonna be Unleash. Do not kill the... Oh! Consecration! Seriously though, where the heck is our consecration? Not just... Of these, the one you kill is the beast. Okay. So we have Lay on Hands. It was important to get this down. He's telegraphed he has no Unleash the Hounds. Okay, how much damage is that? Is that enough to kill us? Oh my goodness! Really? Oh, that's enough to kill us. I freaking hate Face Hunter. Thanks what? I didn't do anything. Oh, thanks for getting rid of the explosive sheet. Yeah, but then I couldn't play my cards either. Oh, who cares? He had an owl. It wouldn't have made a single bit of difference. I guess that the difference it would have made is he would have played the owl first, so it's actually 2 knives. That's really upsetting. Okay, we'll play one more. That's really upsetting. It also shows that I don't know if sometimes there just isn't the right play. It's so much heal, too. How did that go wrong for me? So much burst with so little mana, like... Oh, hunters. You're cancer. That's why people hate them. Because you can, like, against a hunter, like, you can do everything right and still lose, you know? And it feels like... Against aggro, like, it feels like no matter what decision you made, it wouldn't have mattered, and that's probably the case in that game. Another aggro one. So yeah, this will be the last video, but I'll be probably taking like past broadcasts from my streams and putting particularly good segments, cutting them, and so Muster for Battle is really powerful in this matchup. Ugh. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it. There aren't that many more cards I'd like. You have to try and consider how many more you'd like. This particular deck isn't great against aggro. If you want to be better, it can be, but you gotta tune it a little more. We're in some trouble. Okay. While annoying, not threatening. Ah, yes. The best 2-drop in the game. I think that's my opinion on Shield Mini, but I'm pretty sure I think it's the best 2-drop in the game. Forget what else is on that list for me, but it's certainly on there. Certainly up there, sorry. Okay, so let's start clearing off all this crap. He'll be able to kill 2 of those, but that's fine. If he unleashes, he'll be able to clear my board while keeping up the 1-2. Oh, okay, fine. So this is a mid-range hunter. Outdoor Peacekeeper needs to be safe for Savannah Highmane. It's the best way to deal with it. So it's just dude here. Getting rid of... It's always interesting about the Haunted Creeper because popping it actually puts more power on the board. But when it's a Hunter, it's nice to get a Beast out of the way, especially when coming into turn 4 because of Houndmaster. Houndmaster's not the most popular anymore, but it is a very, very powerful card. Its stats are actually insanely powerful. Its stats are 6/5 for 4 mana. Like, come on. You know? Those are in some crazy stats. So these are going to give him back. I find it really interesting that he didn't hit the 1/1 there. It means he's not afraid of Quartermaster even remotely. Either that or he's concerned about his damage output. He wants that 1 extra damage. Hopefully those web spinners didn't give him anything. Yeah. Must I silence that? No. I got an answer now. Better to silence the Highmane. Can we next turn? You just against a Hunter, just assume Highmane's coming on turn 6. Against that Hunter, we can Ironbeak and then Outdoor Peacekeeper. Be very careful in Paladin about when you silence things. You always want to silence first. So you silence first, then you Equality, for example. You silence first, then you Outdoor, because the silence takes away the effect. So just got to be careful. Silence. Aldor. Dude. Don't attack. That 4 damage. We'll be able to get 1 damage off on that. That 4 damage is too valuable. We can attack next turn because Tyrion will be coming down. In all likelihood. If I draw Quartermaster, things might change a little. But also, what's great in this matchup is your dudes can often proc the Freezing Traps. Freezing Trap is, I don't know, either the most powerful or second most powerful secret in the game behind Mirror Entity. I guess it depends. Ice Block's also very powerful too in certain situations. So we got that. Okay. Not. Okay, so do we attack here? Because if he kills that... Yeah, I suppose we have to. I want to make sure I get the 1 healing in and the 1 charge off. If he kills the Tyrion, then... I mean, he could silence it too, but... Let's hope that doesn't happen. Like it is with everything, though. The rule against Paladins is to save your silence for Tyrion. Just like how the rule against Hunters is to save your silence for Highmane. So... That's why I'm considering building really weird decks without the staples in them. There's a video Crypt made the other day where he was like, build a deck and don't run like the cards everyone expects you to run, because, you know, it can be a little more power. Like, you can get power out of the fact that they're playing around cards you don't have. Which is what I used to do with Druid. I used to run a Tree of Life Druid. I actually got to rank 1 with it. I couldn't quite get to Legend with that deck. I had to switch. But basically the point was, like, it was just so defensive, and it didn't run combo, which was really unheard of at the time. So he finally got the juggle he wanted. This is a hell of a board from him. It's really annoying for me. I can't even muster because I'll get rid of my Ashbringer. Dude. a much faster heal than the Lay on Hands. Lay on Hands does heal me for the same amount, but it's much slower. I have no bodies on the board if I Lay on Hands. Pine-sized Summoner doesn't matter right now. It doesn't matter how cheap you can get minions out with this late in the game. I think he has one more Hound or Beast in his hand. It's a little concerning to me that he hasn't played it yet. I need to draw my Consecration. That is the one thing about Lay on Hands. Maybe I could have drawn Consecration. Okay, 8. Okay. He can play it. Maybe it's just really crappy, like an Angry Chicken or something. Or it's... Oh, never mind. Okay. So, he did some math. Decided that was the right play. Is that the right play for me? One second. Lay on Hands puts me at 11. I get rid of the 4/3. He's got 5, 9, 11 damage. So that doesn't matter. If I were to consecrate this board, I can get rid of everything but the 2/3 and the 4/3. I then hit the 4/3 with that. That would put me down to... Yeah, that works. Okay. So... Oh, wait. I gotta hit the 4/3 first because of the secret. Okay. So the play I'm going to make here is to survive one last turn. And we attack... We attack face because if snakes come out, I lose. So I can't afford to have that happen. And having the beast up, it doesn't matter. If he draws a kill command, then he draws a kill. Like, it doesn't matter. I guess Houndmaster is the only card that would matter with that there being a beast on the board. Goodness. Down to 1. Come on. Okay. So that happened. I can equality. Yeah, I have to. Oh, it doesn't matter because that thing's going to run to that anyway. Crap. Or it's going to be freezing trap anyway. And if it's snakes, then yeah, that sucks. So I'm screwed. I've lost this game because I can't kill him quick enough, and I have no more ways to regain health. If that freezing trap wasn't there, I might have actually. I would have been able to get rid of... Yeah, probably not. Well, this is your guide on how to play Paladin. I went 1 and 3, but I think the principles are sound, and unfortunately, hunters are just really tough for Paladin a lot of the time. You gotta... To beat Hunter, you put more taunts in, you put in double heal bot. So yeah, thanks for watching, and remember about Twitch. So Twitch, Spartacus HS or _ HS, every weekday, Monday to Friday. Except actually, it's funny because I'm saying this tomorrow because it's St. Patrick's Day and I will be drinking and not playing Hearthstone, or maybe both at the same time, but probably not. So from 4 o'clock Eastern time, and I'll be playing for a little bit. I guess it depends on how long I feel like it and how many people are around and what we're talking about and stuff. But it'll probably be a smaller, like more intimate group. And if you want to hang out and learn more and just talk about Hearthstone or anything in general, please join me. So anyway, that was how to play Paladin, and I will see you later.